Hey, 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 you gorgeous twin flames. Have you got yourself a cuppa yet? And if not, why not? Pause the video. Ready? We're going to pause. I must look ridiculous, but it's funny. You know what I forgot to do? I forgot to put sugar in mine. And I only have a teeny tiny bit of raw sugar. And without it, it's just weird. But if you can go no sugar, congratulations. So today I want to do a psychic love message. We're going to have 3 stories which may or may not resonate with you, and I'll try and remember to timestamp them. But first of all, I have 2 messages coming through. Just random messages. Okay. So I'm going to give you those first. And it's still a little bit early here in Australia, so I've got my morning face on. Alrighty, so the first one is from Eckhart Tolle, or Eckhart Tolle, however you'd like to pronounce it. Pleasure is always derived from something outside of you, whereas joy arises from within. So this is a very profound message stating that the joy or the happiness that you feel actually resides inside of you, and it doesn't come from anything outside of you. In fact, if you're seeking pleasure outside of you, I would really question that. So you might like something outside of you. You know, you might walk into the garden and see flowers or something and go, oh wow, that's so beautiful. But it's your perception from within that makes you be able to see those beautiful flowers, if that makes sense. Alrighty, the next one is, I want you all, especially if you're a divine feminine, to listen today to Killing Heidi is a band, an Australian band, and it's an older song, and the song is Outside of Me, and it's in my song playlist already, but it might be quicker for you to just look it up. So Killing Heidi, Outside of Me. Some of the words are: feed the tree you love. Can you feel it? Can you see it? You wake up, you take up, you're spaced out. Tell me what you see. It's not fair. All right, so this song will have different meanings for different people, but the most profound lyric in there is feed the tree you love. So if you imagine that you're the tree, okay, what would you nurture your tree with? Okay, would you nurture it? You know, if you bought a tree from the nursery, you know, how would you feed it? How would it grow better? And I want you to imagine that you are a tree, as weird as that sounds. And I want you to nurture it in all of the good ways, okay? So if that means cutting out processed food, I want you to do that. If that means spending more time in nature, I want you to do that. If that means just chilling out and listening to some songs, do that. All right? Because at the end of the day, you have to live with yourself every single day. You know, whether you're in a partnership with someone or not, you have to live with your own self. Okay? So nurturing yourself becomes the most important thing you can do, especially when you're on a spiritual journey like the twin flame journey. Nurturing the self also nurtures your twin flame, because you have the same soul. So whatever you do to your soul is really, really good for your twin flame. As long as it's good. We don't want to be doing black witchcraft, people. And that wasn't a joke either. I'm not joking. Don't do that. There's karma. Okay, right. So story 1, 5 minutes. I always seem to talk for 5 minutes, don't I? Oh, well, that's okay. So I'm going to try and be a little bit fun today, unless the cards are so serious that I can't be, right? But we'll try and have a little bit of fun today, because yesterday was a little bit serious with the case of the karmic reading that we did. All right. Harry and Charlotte have gone camping again, because the weather's turned out to be really nice at the moment. The sun's shining, even though it's cold in the mornings and the evenings. It's really beautiful here in Australia right now. Even though we're in winter, you can see the sun glaring through in the background, making me look angelic. Don't you love that? Ready? We play the music. Ah, the angelic music. Anyway, let's see. I tell you who is here though, really quickly. Cookie. Cookie's here, and we've got to just... Sorry, Cookie, we've just got to play with your head. He's like, don't do that. Stop it. Stop it. Oh, some of his fluff came off. Oh, it's one of those make a wish, you know. Maybe you could all make a wish today. Oh, I love him. Alrighty, so this is this psychic message for you? A psychic love message. Is this meant for you today? Right, well, this guy, take gender how it resonates. You can flip it, of course. But this guy is in contemplation mode. He's heard something recently from someone around him that made him feel sad. Okay, and this happened in the recent past. Okay, so he's trying to shed light on this conversation. You can see two people. It's like they're having a conversation here, and he's trying to, excuse me, shed light on this. I feel like he's clearing his throat because he doesn't know what to say. It's like he hears the news and he doesn't know what to say. I don't know if I'd call it a shock. Excuse me. Wow. It might be that his karmic partner has announced a pregnancy here. Let me see. We'll keep going. We'll keep going with the story and see what happens. Okay, so it looks like whatever was meant to be in his karmic life, right? The angels have sort of gone do and said, you know, we've got a message to give you, and this message is going to come to you from this woman. Okay, so it kind of just it kind of came quickly, you know. It's like if you were it's like if you were walking out in the garden and a bird just pooped on your head. You weren't expecting it, right? You know, you were like, what? How did that happen? And so what's happened is, if you haven't heard from your divine masculine, he's gone into this really deep contemplation mode. This isn't emotional Eric, but I don't know, this is long time Larry. He's thinking for a long time about this message here. There wasn't much love in it, though. It was a very matter-of-fact conversation that's happened. And so, before this happened, he would have been in full flight with the twin flame journey. You know, hanging off that cliff there. This is, I don't know, Frankie the Fool about to jump off that cliff with his dog. And even the dog's like, yeah, I guess we could make it to the other side. Maybe we could. Right? So before all this happened, he was in this wonderful mood. So your divine masculine may have been in a great mood, in a wonderful mood, you know, sharing the love with you, being loving, sending beautiful messages to you. You know, here's Mr. Love with his cups full of love, ready to go, mwah, mwah, you know. It's like, hey honey, I'm home. I'm here to give you more love, you know. He's really loving. And then the universe kind of went and put this spanner in the works here. Right? It's like, we're going to give you resources, and we're going to give you, you've got enough wherewithal to handle this. But it looks like this conversation may have turned into an argument. And now, whoever the karmic is, whether it's a woman, that's his mother or cousin or partner or wife, she is feeling very, 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 very trapped because of whatever she's stated. So I'm just going to get 2 more cards on what she said, because I said it could have been an announcement of a pregnancy here, which will not resonate for all of you. Story 1 is crazy. Wow. Okay. This is really freaky. She didn't want to tell him the secret. She didn't want to tell him a secret. Whoever this karmic is, she did not want to tell him a secret. It could definitely be someone who he shares a home with or resources with. They could be married, all right? There's an apology here. And there's another man here. She may have slept with or been with another man. Wow. I don't know, this might resonate for like one person, but if she hasn't been with another man, she's been thinking about being with another man. All right? So if this is your divine masculine, you may know him because he's a water sign, or he would have been all loving, really, 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 really loving and great, everything going great, messaging, you know, everything going great, and then all of a sudden he's pulled back and you kind of don't know what's happened. So this is story 1. Story 1. Wow, that's complicated, isn't it? Okay, obviously someone's meant to hear this today. Story 2 at 13:30. Let's see what happens in this story. I really feel with story 1 that divine masculine just doesn't know what to do, because he's not happy, Jan. Not happy, Jan. Maybe his karmic's called Jan. I don't know. Hopefully we can be a bit more fun with this one. Let's have some fun with this one. This divine masculine. Whoa. Okay. He is checking out your social media or your DMs or your, you know, thinking about what you've been talking about. He is very eager to be with you, divine feminine. He's quick-witted and very intelligent. He's also very good at turning situations to suit himself. He may have told you that he's been going through some kind of stressful situation, mentally stressful, and he may have come to you for advice recently. Okay. If you're the divine feminine, you would have been taking care of yourself recently. You may have even started some kind of health regime. You may have been, I don't know, looking after your health more, right? This divine masculine is really taken by you. He really feels that he's able to make a lot of money. It's like there's some project here that he wants to make money with. He may have even spoken to you about this. He may have even spoken to you about this and said, I'm not sure if this is going to work, but I really want to try it. I really feel like the universe, or, you know, I'm being pushed to do this. In the past, in the recent past, he would have said, you know, I'm really, really excited about this. Okay. You may not know this, but he has a karmic. I feel like it's an ex. I don't feel like they're together now. I feel like he's been having arguments with this ex. I feel like she comes in, or he comes in, take it how it resonates with gender, and says, you know, you owe me money, or you owe me something. I feel like there's this feeling of recompense here. And he's just like, no, I don't. I don't owe you jack shit. Excuse my French. He's done. Really done. So let's see a little bit more about this dude. Or chick. Take it how it resonates with gender, like I say. So you'll know this divine masculine because he knows that you are for him. You may also be with someone else though. You might be in another relationship. And he's not happy about this because he's kind of jealous. There's this jealousy feeling here. He wants you all to himself. He doesn't like to share. And if you are already married, it annoys him because he wants to propose to you and he can't. You know, if you like it, then you better put a ring on it, is not something that you would need to say to this guy. He's ready to put the ring on it, but if there's already a ring there, he's going to cut it off with a chainsaw so he can put yours. No, not with a chainsaw. That might be a bit rough. But he wants to just glide it off with some oil, perhaps. You'll know this divine masculine because he's always messaging you. He really cares about you. He feels like, I don't know, he's got a little message here for you. Let me just pick it. He's kind of forceful a little bit, a bit dominant. Okay, so if this is resonating for you, this story, he's saying, do you think you might understand? Read that book close by to you. Send me your kind thoughts today. I feel like he's in his ego a bit, this guy. He knows that he loves you. But with business, he's kind of got a bit of an ego. Yeah. I love it when you laugh and when you make me feel special through words. So his love language is words of affirmation. He's also saying that he's been researching the twin flame journey. So he's maybe perhaps waking up a little bit, understanding that there's more than just waking up every day and going to work. You know what I mean? He's awakening to his spiritual side. Although in business he still has ego. Wow, this guy wants to really talk. Story 3, where are you? Here we are. Story 3 at 1940. Okay. This divine masculine was a little bit pissed off in the recent past. Okay. He had to speak some truths. I feel like it's to the people around him. not to his divine feminine, he's all for justice. You know, he's like, I don't like seeing when people get trodden on. I don't like it when this happens. When he's not being Superman, I'm going to call him Superman, he's thinking about the twin flame journey, right? He knows this is the love of a lifetime. In fact, he knows that the more he thinks and is on his own, the more passionate he becomes for his twin flame. He's awakened. This divine masculine is awakened. There you are. He's spying on your social media, perhaps looking at messages or pictures that you've sent one another. He's fully in control of himself, fully in control of what he wants. He knows what he wants. He's not immature in any way. He may have been in the past immature, but this would be years ago. He's always been a hard worker. He's always been passionate. He understands that his twin flame is knowledgeable, kind, resourceful, sweet, loving, gentle, nurturing. For some reason I want to mention the moon here. The moon is important. Perhaps a song with the moon in it. I think there's a Savage Garden song. I will fly you to the moon and back if you'll be my baby, or something like that. You can have a look at that. This is a divine masculine who doesn't care what's in the way of this. If there's a third party in the way, he doesn't care. You know, if you are, or him are married or in a partnership, he doesn't care. He knows this love is meant to be, and he will stop at nothing to have his divine feminine. He is the emperor. He's the king of all kings. He's the who's your daddy, who knows exactly what he wants in his life. He sees his divine feminine as not realizing what she's got in him. She's not realizing what's going on and how much he cares. She's not even seeing that he's coming towards her. He's doing everything he can to defend this connection, both spiritually and physically. He would, you know, it's like one of those movies where, you know, the guy would sort of jump in front of something to save his loved one. You know, he'll do every single thing he can. Look at this. He's got the money. He's got the love. He'll row that boat on his own if he has to take her away into the sunset. He is, wow, look at this. They're coming up as matching counterparts here. Right, King and Queen of Cups. He's also got a lot of money. And then the Twin Flame card shows up. This is meant to be. Love of a lifetime. This divine feminine could be very trapped in her mind, in her thoughts. Not seeing that it's all going to come to something good. You know, she's perhaps been through it. Alright? And he could have been through it in the past too. So they're mirroring one another here in that way. He's so passionate for her. So passionate for her. Planning a journey so that they can have this beautiful, happy home. Wow. Beautiful, beautiful. He wants to say a little message before we go. Okay. I feel breathless when we communicate in a good way. He says, for right now, I feel as though I don't have enough to give you physically, like money. Perhaps he can't give you things for right now. Then he says, I need pictures of you. When we're apart, I will look at them. Okay, so it looks like I said before, he's checking out, any messages or pictures that you've sent one another. And that makes him feel good. That really makes him feel good. But this guy is the emperor. He's all the kings. That's why a few of the kings were showing up here. He's the king of all kings. Who's your daddy? This guy, this divine masculine, he's awake. He knows what he's doing. He's leading this relationship, whether you know it or not. He may not come across as though he's leading. He knows exactly what he's doing, and he's planning it all to a T. Wow. If you haven't got a cup of tea yet, go and do it. If you haven't messaged me for a private reading and you want one, do it, because at the moment the wait's only 24 to 48 hours, which is quite good. If you want to do my Ascension package, or if you've done my Ascension package, comment below and tell others how brilliant it is. If you want to. Manifesting Twin Flame video. And soon I'm going to put together a package where you can have the Ascension package and a reading and the Manifesting Twin Flame video, so you can get it all in one. Alrighty. I might call it wow. Alright. I love you. I'm sending you love, peace and light from Australia. Unfortunately, today I've got to do housework, which is a bit of a bummer. But, we all have to do it, don't we? Unless you've got a maid. And if you do, can you send her over here to do my housework? That would be awesome. I love you all so much. Have a beautiful day, night, afternoon, evening or morning, wherever you are in the world. I'm sending you love, peace and blessings from Australia. And I'll see you real soon. Bye.